not too soon. Maybe you're not too soon. Maybe you're not too soon. Maybe you're not too soon.
Good evening everybody and welcome to the stream. There's a slight bit of delay in my stream deck then. Started talking and realised the microphone had unmuted. Hope everyone is well. And welcome back to No Man's Land. Game for some more fun and games with me and Stevie. How are you, Stevie?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, no, I can't complain. Thanks very much.
Alright, well thank you again for coming on to help out again.
No problem at all.
Alright, so before we get into too much anyway, I'm going to take our small water trailer down to the store and sell that and upgrade it so we can get a larger one that does milk and water. Now we've got the cows. I'd quickly just like to say a big thank you to DRndalo for providing the server for tonight's stream. If you are interested in a dedicated server for Farm Simulator 22, then please consider checking out the link in the video description for DRndalo. They do many other games as well, including Minecraft and Ark Survival. So yeah, if you're looking for a dedicated server, then please do consider checking out that link. It is an affiliate link, so I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you, which helps support the channel. So what we're doing now, just catch up, see who's in the chat. So we've got Snowberry. How are you? Good to see you in the chat again. Saying the YouTube emojis have reminded me of MSN chat from the early... Is that the early noughties? 2000s. Yes. I remember spending many an hour on MSN chatting away with people. Blue Buzzard in again, saying hey everyone, hope you're well. And good to see you in the chat again. James saying hi. Jesse, nothing like being sick at home and being home today from school. Well, get better soon. Practical Plays saying hey. Maria saying hello everyone. Wapa, and no idea how you pronounce your surname, Perala. Apologies if I got your name wrong, but hello to you as well. Kieran Dune saying I have no idea. Right, let's get this into the shop and we'll sell this one. I'm doing a bad job reversing and trying to read the chat at the same time. Maria saying it's going quite bad during school right now. I was about to go to the bus and a 30 kilometre an hour storm came. That sounds a bit nasty. So nothing really happened, but just a small delay when the bus was going to arrive. Well, hope all's well. Right, we're going to sell this. And we're going to go and see Barbara and buy our new milk and water trailer. So this is the Lizard MT pack. It's available on Modub under the animals category. It's by Castillo, I think it is. So two different options which you can link together, which is good as well if you want larger. It's got the hitch on the back. So we'll just go for this one to start with. And we'll go with the 24,000 litre. I'm just going to keep it standard for everything else. So the main goal for tonight is to get our 2 new fields with crops in. So Stevie's made a start on getting the lime on those. We'll go and take this back, check the greenhouses, see if they need topping up with water. And if they do, we'll do that, and then we'll see what we can do on the fields. So we've got 3 fields to do in total. We'll probably do oats in 2 of them, I think, and then we'll skip through to April so we can get sorghum into the next one of the other fields. And then what we'll probably look at doing next time we come to do the crops next year, we'll look at getting a planter so we can start doing some different stuff. Start changing things up a little bit. Scott George in the chat saying howdy everyone, hey to you, good to see you in the chat again. SG Spoon saying hi Sim, hey to you. Stormcall saying oh nice, another stream, yeah, good to see you in the chat again as well. Joanna Smaller saying good evening everyone, Sim and all, good evening to you. Justin saying good morning from California, good morning to you. Yeah, it's been extremely windy here today. Started last night, a lot of wind picking up, and pretty much all day it's been pretty windy. Nothing serious though. I think I had a couple of plant pots blow over. That's about it. It seems to have calmed down a bit now. We'll do the greenhouses because I got plenty in there, but we may as well top them up. We'll do Dolly saying, hey, yo, how's it going? Love the time lapse, thank you. Good to see you in the chat. Storm Call, have you now started to post your No Man's Land series daily? Only on the days I'm not doing a live stream at the moment. I'm looking for another map to start. I've kind of given up with the base game maps now because their views weren't great on them. I did a few extra episodes on that I'd recorded before I had a bit of a break. An old stream farm I don't think I'm going to go back to. It's a nice map, but I just weren't really getting a good feel for it myself. So yeah, struggling to get motivated to play that, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm considering, well, looking for another map to start soon. And then I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, which was stick to just 2 maps at any one time. Which was the plan, and then I ended up starting No Man's Land and then having the other 2 going at the same time, which just kind of gets a little bit too much. I'm not sure what map it's going to be, but it will be an American theme map. I just need to try and decide which one I want to do. So yeah, for now, at the moment, it's just No Man's Land. Yeah, don't text and drive, not a good idea. Moss Kid saying, hey, do you making time-lapse with camera mod? No, it's done on multiplayer. So I do it over, the fixed camera is done on a multiplayer game. That's one thing about this water tower is it doesn't stay open long enough to completely fill this trailer. As me talking away, I forgot it to stop filling. Yeah, it's done on multiplayer like this, so I use the command GS player flight mode, so I can fly up into the sky if I can remember the buttons to do it. So I use this on my main PC, then I'm playing on the second account on multiplayer, just watching me work. So there's no camera mod, it is literally just 2 PCs done on multiplayer. As you can see, Stevie's getting some lime on our new field, and we'll be joining him shortly. Mining map. It'd have to be a map that's got more than just mining, so but if there is a map that I find that I like the look of that can do lots of different things including mining, then possibly. I did have a look at the Elk Mountain modding Wyoming map, which I think has got mining included in some areas, but I'm waiting for the update for that, because the update he's working on is going to require a new save game. If I do that map, I don't want to start on that map and then have to switch over to new save game, so I've been kind of waiting for that, and then have a good look around and see what that map's like. So that's definitely one I'm keeping an eye on. I say I really don't want to be starting a new save game after like putting about 6-7 hours or so in. Jack Little saying evening to you. Blue Buzzard saying it's been really windy here in the southeast. My greenhouse was about to take off. Yeah, I've got 2 little like greenhouse type things, but they're cheap metal frame things that you just throw a plastic sheet over, sort of thing. I was getting a bit worried about those. But fortunately they're in fairly well protected areas, so they've got some heavy pots in the bottom of them. But I still checked this morning when I went up the garden just to make sure they were still there. Well, I think 16,000 in that one is completely full. I think that'll do for now. I'll keep those going for a bit. One thing I do want to try and do as soon as we've got a little bit more money is get one big shed to go here. to replace these two smaller ones, and also then get a bale shed so we can start storing the bales in. Right, so we'll just drop that off there. Well, one thing I'm going to do quickly is I want to get that manure pit put in before we progress any more time, so we can start getting some manure from the cows. But I want to put it right here where these straw bales are. I'm going to need to move these again. I do need to try and smooth out this ramp bit here as well, because it's not done very good. It's a little bit janky there where it's flattened the area for the cow shed, and the smooth tool didn't seem to be doing anything when I tried it last time, so we need to try and sort that out. Snowboard's saying it's been weird how it's super windy all over Midwest US here, and it's been blowing today, 35 km/h winds. Yeah, it's strange it's been like in the US as well then, it's been windy over there. Oops. Chris, what about in mining map? Yeah, I read that one, sorry. G Spoon, what do you think about having a factory? Yeah, I'm probably gonna change my my main farm on no man's land a little bit once I've got the new yards kind of set up. There's a couple of changes I want to make. Removing the farm silo to a different place, and then mainly keep the farm area as a dairy farm and sheep. So I will probably look at getting a total mix ration mixer station put in where the silo is. Yeah, I think I might give up trying to stack these neatly. Should not call the bales everywhere. So yeah, I will be looking to get a total mix ration like mixing station to replace the silo. I'm also thinking about changing the bale where I've got the bales stored currently. Keeping the bales sort of in that area, but I want to change the shed they're in for something a little bit different. Something that's not quite as big as the one I've got as well. It's just getting the money to do everything. At the moment on the no man's land I'm saving up for the sugar beet harvester, because I'm going to need to buy one of those for the sugar beet that's coming up soon, and then I can start looking at getting a few other bits and pieces, possibly another new area of land as well on there, so we can actually have somewhere to build up the new farmyard, which will be then kept for all the equipment that's not required on the dairy farm. So all the mowing equipment, slurry spreader, manure spreader when we get one of those, I'll keep at the dairy farm. Any tractors and that we need for running that equipment, and then what I'll start to do is, as we start getting more and more money, I'll start buying new equipment to keep at the other farm, a bit similar to what I did on No Man's Land on 19, where I had some equipment that was kept at certain farms to use. I've just, as I've mentioned in the previous streams, I've just found FS22 extremely slow at actually making any decent amount of money. I'm going to stay on there. Snowbird saying I've seen some really good reviews about the Wyoming 4X map. Yeah, I've had a quick look at it. I downloaded it the other week to have a quick look at, and just to see what it was like. But I didn't have a good look around the map. I only had a quick look around the one area, but because I didn't have all the mods installed, there was no buildings showing up or anything. So I need to make sure I've got all the mods that are required for it. But I say at the moment, because I know there's an update coming for it, I'm kind of holding off if I do start that one. Right, let's get this manure pit built. First I want to do is get rid of this bit of fence here, because I don't really need that anymore. Oh, come on. Why can I not get rid of that? I've got a random gap in the fence now because I can't get rid of it. I'll get rid of it there. Oh, there we go. Come on. Oh, there's always one. Orlando Hernandez, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. I hope you enjoy the content. Come on. Anyone ever had this issue before? Right, see if I can add to it. Where are we? Oh, for some reason it's not letting me get rid of that one fence thing. Yeah. It's a picket fence. It's on the picket line protesting. Zoom in real close and look at it head on. No, I don't want to sell the shelter. Sure, I don't know if it's because that building's there or... Oh well, it'll have to stay there for now. Right, solo extension, manure pit. I'm hoping we can get manure if I put this down. With this shed, cow shed. I'll soon find out. Ah well. Right. Just so it doesn't look silly, I'll just put the fence back. Oh, there we go. Let's just paint this and then we'll go and get some field work done. So I have no idea if this is actually going to work. It should do because it's not giving the warning. Normally when you put these down it says it needs to be placed near a barn. Because that message didn't come up, I presume it should work. But there's no slurry on this shed, which I didn't notice when I put it down. So there's no category for slurry, so I don't know if it works the same if I was to put a slurry extension down. I'm not sure if it would start sending slurry into that or not. If anybody knows, let me know in the chat. Alright, we'll go and jump in the tractor which I've left around here, standing right next to it. Ramo 1026 saying hi, Andrew HR saying hi as well. Ramo saying, on your No Man's Land series, why do you never sell your greenhouse produce? It's on automatic selling because the pallets just get far too many pallets and so I've set it to automatically sell. Christ. Get these bale forks off. We don't need those. Because the way I've placed the 3 greenhouses, the spawn area for the pallets is kind of blocked and not very accessible, so I could fit all 3 in. So what I've done is just set them to automatically sell, so I don't get the pallet spawn. Because the pallets in FS22 really drive me crackers. So they are selling and we are making money from them, but I just don't take the pallets. So we'll get some fertilizer on here. And Stevie's just filling up with lime to go and do the other field. I'll try and catch up with the chat. Jack's Mod saying hi to you. Snow saying, hey Sim, does it bother you at all, regardless of what you grow in the greenhouse, that the income is basically the same across all 3 product types? It's just a difference of quantity. No, they're all fairly well balanced. For what you get from them. The strawberries obviously have a different use, where the other 2, apart from selling, there's no real difference. I've set the ones on here with just on lettuce because they produce the least amount of pallets. Nelson B, this is separate to the No Man's Land time-lapse series. So this is just a live stream, like on a separate server. So it's completely separate from the time-lapse. Fanatic Farmer saying, hey Sim, sorry I was late, I was watching 4B Gaming, no worries. Good to see you in the chat again. SG Spoon saying, here in Quebec, got 30mm of rain since this morning, 8 AM. 8 hours, 30mm of rain. I have no idea what our average rainfall is in this area. It's been dry. We had what was it? Wednesday was like in the early afternoon, it was like torrential downpour for about 10 minutes. It was like a flash flood. But at the moment it's nice and dry, a bit chilly though. So we'll probably have a frost again tonight. Maria's saying it was also started snowing here today in Norway, but all the snow has melted. Yeah, we had a bit of snow last week and over the weekend, but nothing too heavy, and it literally just melted as it hit the ground. Clayton Hart saying hi Sim and Stevie. Hey to you, I hope you're doing well, Clayton. Good to see you in the chat again. Fanatic Farmer saying I can watch your videos in 4K but not your streams. Yeah, the stream's only in 1080. I've not attempted to stream in 4K. Main thing is when I set up the streams, I set all the settings up. I was doing it on my 4G internet connection, so my internet wasn't brilliant at the time. Since I've had the new internet, it's one thing I forgot to do is try out 4K streaming and see how well it works. I definitely think we could do again the spreading discs on that spreader, couldn't we, Stevie?
a bit slow.
While we're here, we'll check out this animal transport trailer, all that's in the used equipment. How much is it to add the spreading discs? Oh, you might as well add them, they're only 8,000 to add. Take it to the garage and put them on. For some reason I thought that was a little bit more expensive than that. Lara saying, hey Sim Farmer and Stevie, thank you for another live stream, no worries. Thank you for stopping by to watch. SG Spoon. SG Spoon, I think you're saying the olive harvester was a big waste of money because of the I'm not sure what you mean there. Autocorrect changed it or something. The equipment for the vineyard, yeah. The olives probably aren't worth bothering with, but at some point I was going to have to do them on the series. I wanted to do them just as something a little bit different. So knowing I wasn't going to make a huge amount of money from them, it was kind of get them in now just to have a go at doing them for something different. So yeah, it's a lot of money, and I'll probably, over the course of the series, I probably won't make the money back from the investment in the olive farm. It does seem like they definitely need readjusting. Either the cost of planting the olives needs lowering by like 3/4 the price of what they currently are, or they need to really increase the yield of what you get from them a little bit more. SG, no, I've got the mod on that that gives you a 100% sell price, so you don't lose any 40% on the automatic selling. Not that I don't think that makes much off them anyway, because it doesn't always sell them at the best time of the year. What we'll do, while Stevie's doing that, I'll go and get some fertiliser on the other field. I'll keep forgetting we need to do. B. Williams saying, greetings my fellow fake farmers. Greetings to you. Aidan Green saying, hide the fence or the wall of the manure pit. Yeah, I could have done. I'll just leave it as it is. So I think we have started to get some manure in there now. Casclough saying hello, hey to you. Storm Call, on your No Man's Land series, are you going to buy the self-propelled sugar beet harvester or one of the ones you can attach to the tractor? I'm going to get the self-propelled one, the Grimmer. It's expensive. But I think I just want to go straight in and get the larger one, because I'm at that point now with all the pallets I'm getting now from all the different product the factories. It doesn't take many months now to get the money to get equipment, so I'd rather just buy the big one straight away and then keep expanding on the sugar beets. So next year I'll probably get a slightly larger field of sugar beets, depending on how much I get off that one field I've done. Maria's saying sorry, she's got to go. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. Crashing again. As I said, stop trying to read the chat and drive at the same time. Why is this not filling up? Right, there we go. Seems a bit odd. The trigger seems to be a bit off on this one. Evil Gaming 2020 saying yo Sim Farmer, yo to you. Edgar Gomez Rodriguez saying hello, hey to you. Pinardo saying I'm on console, and that is true, way too many pallets. Yeah, that's the only thing. One of my biggest concern about FS22 when they first announced the productions was it's going to end up just becoming a pallet simulator, a pallet moving simulator, with all the different pallets you can get from all the different productions, which if I didn't use the auto load on No Man's Land, if I was to manually excuse me, if I was to manually load up all of those pallets, it'd probably take up the whole video. Would be just me loading up pallets. I do like the fact though that they did give the option so you can auto distribute between different production buildings, and you can also auto sell. So yeah, it was good they added those options in, especially for those that don't want to have to deal with the pallets, like myself. I don't mind loading up the pallets every now and then, but when you've got like probably 50-60 pallets across all the different productions currently, it's a lot of pallets to load up. Right, so that field's done. Blue Buzzard, what GPU did you have again? Mine is an Aurorus Master RTX 3080 Ti Master something or another. I don't think it shows you on here. Would you? No. I can have a quick look on let's see if I can see what the exact one is. No, it doesn't tell me on there either. B Williams, are you using some kind of mod to drive so accurately? No. On the time-lapse series I'm using the enhanced vehicle mod. On here we don't have that enabled. Oh, let's do with the front weight. Fertilizer spread is pretty heavy when it's full. Yeah, on here I'll just use the coordinates to keep in a straight line. So on the mini map I use the degrees of heading, so to keep that at like 0 degrees to go in a straight line, which is difficult on a ploughed field. So if you look at the mini map in the bottom left hand corner, you can see the first set of numbers, which is your degrees of your heading. So at this, we just keep it at 0 degrees, you pretty much go straight across the field. So I use that for like a manual GPS. So going in this direction we'll keep it at 90 degrees. as best as you can. So you just set it to close to 90 and then leave it there. So on a ploughed field it bounces around a little bit. But on the time-lapse series I'm using the enhanced vehicle control mod, which there is a link to on the mod list for that series. Josh W saying hello Sim and everyone, glad to make the stream again. Thank you for stopping by and I hope you're well. Craden Gaming's in the chat again saying hi, hi Sim and Stevie, hi to you. Good to see you again, hope you're well. Snowberry saying snow in the UK. I thought all you did there was rain. Yeah, we don't get snow very often. Not where I am, further up north you do, like Scotland. They get a lot more snow than we do here. But usually when we do get snow it only sticks around for a few days. And it's never more than probably about 10 centimetres. Thomas Patterson saying morning from NZ, New Zealand. Always good to watch when not at work, while texting and driving. Rufus Farming Life saying hi, hi to you. Chris saying Sim, who do you think has the better skills in doing the field work? No idea. Sinead saying hello Sim, hey to you, good to see you in the chat again. B Williams and swearing, yeah, lots of swearing. Especially when the pallets go flying halfway across the map. Sinead saying loved yesterday's video, well, thank you, glad you did. Snowbridge saying one greenhouse will generate about $18,000 per year if you save the produce, sell it all at the highest price. Yeah, it's not a lot, is it? I mean, considering you only have to put water in, it's still a decent return. Yeah, if you save up all your pallets and sell them at the optimum price. I'm a bit too lazy. It's like with all the pallets on No Man's Land, I just sell them when I've got enough to sell, regardless of what the current price is. So I know I'm not making the most amount of money from them. But I'm a little bit too impatient just to stack them all up and sell them when they're at the highest price. Once I've started to get a little bit more production lines, I probably will start keeping the pallets stocked up until they're at the highest price and then go around just selling each individual set of products rather than just loading up the trailers with whatever's there. So one thing we can also look at doing now is getting a spinnery soon, because we are starting to get quite a bit of wool from our sheep. So we've dropped the fertiliser spread off and then we'll get the seed drill hooked up. Get some crops in our fields. Rusty Money Gaming did a random YouTube search and you popped up first. Well, hope you enjoy the content. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Benson saying hello. Hey to you. SG Spoon, to depend on the furniture, only crate one pallet per month. Yeah, the furniture does seem very slow now. Oh, I'm going to try this again, see if I can get this seed drill to fill up here. Tried last time, I couldn't get it to work, but
No, I tried, it doesn't work still.
I was just thinking, because I've got the that fertiliser spreader was filling up, but just slightly outside the trigger. Yeah, Don't look like it's going to have it.
I have a bag and a half left from the store or not.
Oats don't go very far, do they? Oh, some fertiliser there. I could have put that in the spreader. Didn't see those fertiliser pallets there. Oh, we'll go and fill up. I've got some money to do so. TC Agri saying hello everyone. For once I caught a stream with more than 10 minutes left. Yeah. So we're about 45 minutes in. So yeah, you've caught it a little bit early this time. I could see you in the chat. Sebastian saying hello everyone, hey to you. Alec Play saying hello as well, hey to you. Clayton saying made my first arrest today in my job, a nice one, congratulations. Hope it's going well for you. Stevie, have you got a 2080 Ti graphics card?
Yes.
Yes, he has, if you didn't hear him. Yeah, it's got the little LCD screen on the side of my GPU, which I've currently left as a default animation. Well, let's change this to oats. B Williams, is it available for console? Is what available? I don't know if I've missed what you're on about there. Christian saying, hey Sim, I don't know if it was a topic already, but are you planning to upload a new save game? Yes, I will be doing it probably this weekend or within the next day or two. I was going to do it for episode 60 and then I just didn't have the time to sort it out. So I've recorded episode 61 earlier today, so I'm going to try and get 2 more episodes recorded tomorrow, so it'll probably be after episode 63 when the update is on there. Also try and update the mod list a little bit more as well. Up to your armpits and strawberries. Yeah, if you're on console with the strawberries, I just set it to automatically sell. Unfortunately, the mod for the increased price isn't available, nor are any auto load trailers are currently on console. I'm sure there'll be some soon. The sketchy one saying, yo Mr. Sim Farmer, you a brummie? No, I'm not a brummie. I'm from the Midlands, but not a brummie. Not a yam yam, not a brummie. Although I did live in Birmingham for 10 years or so. JPCA, thank you very much for the subscription. Hope you enjoy the content. Right, just double check we are putting the same crop in. Oats is the only one we can do, so yeah. Right. Radical saying our snow was just about to melt when all of a sudden it started raining a lot. Everything is full of snow again. April, where are you? April showers. So we definitely had April showers yesterday. after, in the morning anyway. Get to first saying we had crazy weather here in Germany today, from a light wind to a storm. Yeah, I think it sounds like it's been pretty crazy everywhere today. Alexandre, I have FS19 already. Is it worth to buy FS22? In my opinion, it is. Yeah, especially now there's loads of mods out for 19, loads of mod maps available for 22 now. There's a lot of the good mods. If you're on PC anyway, you've course plays available. You've got GPS, and Proceed has been released as well, which is one I've not tried yet. So I may have a look at getting that. So yeah, there's a lot of the good mods have been released now for 22. So I'd say it's definitely worth upgrading now. I don't know if it still is on sale. It was in the Simfest. FS22 was on sale on Steam. I don't know if that's still going on or whether that's finished now. Yeah, this is a direct drill. The only thing it doesn't do is fertilise. It's a nice direct drill for 6 metre for the price as well. It's pretty nippy as well. SG Spoon saying they should mix the best timing for sale. They're basically all in winter. Yeah, I'd like it if there was a bit more great demands on products throughout the year, because you just end up in that same thing as with seasons in FS19 and 17 is you've got the price fluctuation chart, but then the best time to sell is always at the same time of the year every year, so it kind of like makes a little point to having the chart once you know what the best month is for each crop. So it would be nice if there was more variation in the prices over the year, and some more great demands popping up every now and then for crops and products, because you do end up in that same thing where you come to December, January and you sell all your crops off. Calvin saying hello Sim and chat, hope you're well, hope you are too. Sinead saying I hit 1 million subs on 1 million subs on YY. What's is that? It's meant to be YT. Well, congratulations. Clayton saying I'm going in 30 minutes. I've got night shift as an armed police unit. Well, thanks for stopping by. I don't know if you're still in, but yeah. Hope your shift goes well. Yeah, the auto load for consoles it's something you, even if Giants didn't add it in the game themselves, it would be good if they'd add the scripting in to make it easier for modders to release the auto load mods onto console. At least then if people want to use the mods they can. I still think Giants really should add like the bale storage sheds that we get on PC, where it automatically like stacks the bales up but takes the bales out of the game, so it reduces the hit on performance for bale storage. I think there was one for 19 on console. But again, I think Giants should have added some stuff like that into the base game. The sketch is saying they do 12-hour night shifts. I don't. I was born in Sandwell and Dudley Hospital. I'm from Warsaw originally. I no longer live there now. But I know I used to work in West Bromwich. Not far from Carter's Green. So that field's all done. So we'll leave this other field here, we'll do sorghum in that one next time, and we'll do the one with soybean that we had. We'll do that one with oats as well. Sketch down the move to Cornwall, aged 8. So you've been down south since then. Well, you've not missed much. Really do we getting these new sheds so we can tidy up the yard a little bit. I just find it hard to justify spending the money on something that doesn't make us any money. Oh, there is a slurry thing there. Oh, well, okay, so it's showing slurry on there. Did I completely miss it on here? Yeah, it's not showing the slurry on there, but there is slurry. Don't know how I missed that earlier. Well, let Stevie go first because he's usually a bit quicker than me because I end up getting distracted by the chat. Radical saying, I'm asking everyone in the chat what makes you able to play the same game for a long period of time. With me, I can only play 2 weeks the same game before I get bored. After that, another 2 weeks. For me, it's the reason why I play so much is because it's my job. Like YouTube is my main source of income, so it's kind of something I have to do. But yeah, I still enjoy it. Well, as mentioned in the last stream, for me, it's when there's always something to progress towards. There's always something new to work towards that keeps me motivated to keep playing maps. But yeah, I do find times where it does become difficult to stay motivated to play, especially when you are playing like 4, 5, 6 hours a day for like 5 days a week. It does get a little bit much at times. But I am the same with other games. I usually have periods where I'm really into them and I'll play them hard for like a week, 2, 3 weeks, and then I'll kind of lose interest a little bit or start playing something else. And then it was like after a few months I'd go back to it and then I'd play it quite a bit again. I'd be the same with this. I wouldn't play it as much if I wasn't doing YouTube. I'd probably play one map for a good few weeks and then probably get bored of the game for a bit and then come back, see what's new, what new maps are out, and then give it another go. Storm Cool saying, have you got weeds turned on or off? On the time-lapse series, the weeds are turned on, although I'm spending most of the time doing weeds off camera at the moment. Simply because I keep running out of time to get all of them done in the episode, so before I skip time I tend to mop up any weeds. But they are still on. We switched them off on here because I kept forgetting about them. Will Keeley saying the sale ends today. I'll start going up and down. I'll try and catch up the blue buzzard. If you're farming, if you're from a farming background, then it's quite fun little hobby. I don't know, if I was a farmer in real life, I probably wouldn't want to play a farming game so much. Probably fun to play for a little bit. Radical, I'm not really from one, but still interests me a lot. I've been playing FS19 for about since it came out, I think. Yeah, I've got no farming background. Well, I've never really had any interest in farming in real life prior to playing FS. But I found it really relaxing to play, and so I really like games where you can build up things, so you can build up a, well, in this case, build up all your farming equipment and stuff. So you've always got something to work towards. So I always like games like that. It's like City Skylines, where you're building up a city and you're starting from basically nothing. It's always like, so when I used to play Football Manager quite a lot, I always used to like starting in the lowest division possible and working my way up to like the top jobs rather than starting at the top. Oh, don't want to drive over my crop. My bad. Okay. I always choose the worst moment to glance over to the chat. Sinead, is No Man's Land your favourite map? Yeah, pretty much. Simply because it's versatile in what you can do with it. But I do like other maps as well. So maps I've enjoyed in the past, I've really enjoyed the West Coast on FS17, which I've mentioned quite a few times. Oakfield Farm on FS17 as well, I enjoyed that. Trying to think what other maps. So I enjoyed Wilhelmina Forest and Crater Lake. I like those as well. It's slightly a bit different. We're doing like more forestry maps. Geiselberg as well on FS19. That was a map I really enjoyed. Had a really good feel to it. Bluebird saying I usually end up playing because I record on it. I don't get to play much just for fun. Yeah, I don't play FS just for fun. If the only time I play FS now is I'm recording. And if I'm not recording, it's usually just doing a bit of off-camera work to get ready for recording, or testing out a mod, or just having a look around a new map. I can't remember the last time I actually played FS in general just for myself. It's probably back on FS17. Before I started the channel. I was trying to think what map I was playing. Yeah, trying to think what map I was playing on just for myself before I started. I think it may have been Lone Oak on FS17. Was the last map I actually played for myself. Seems like forever ago. And it's what, been just over 3 years. Because I only started my channel, is it 2 months before FS19 released. So I got a couple of months on FS17. And then it was on with FS19 content. Snowberry, on the subject of best pricing, I made a spreadsheet that shows the best price for crops and produced goods to help myself. You guys can see it here. I hope it's okay to share sim. You can try and share, but I think links may be blocked. So you'll have to type it in without typing the exact link in. So people can like search for it themselves, but yeah, if you type in the exact link, it'll block it. Yeah, the consoles still have a bale limit, which I think mods that take bales out, like those bale storage mods, which obviously take bales out of the game, can obviously bypass the limit. There's technically a bale limit on PC as well. You just have to judge it yourself by how many bales you get. Because PC, you can't have an unlimited amount of bales on your computer without starting to get performance issues. But because every PC is pretty much different, there's no way Giants can put a restriction on. Same with slot count. Every PC kind of has their own slot count that you'll be able to go up to with equipment before you start getting issues with performance, but you kind of have to judge it yourself on PC as to what that is. Alright, that's that field done. We are coming up to 4 o'clock, so we'll start speeding up time. And I didn't see the link, no. All I can see is I hope it's this is okay to share sim, then that's it. That's all I can see. Right. While we're here, I'm gonna have another go at sorting this, but it may be because the bales are there that it won't let me it just smooth tool just does not seem to be doing anything at all in this little area here for some reason. I have no idea why it won't. So I don't know if it's because the bales are there, it's causing a bit of an issue. We'll have to get the bales moved and give it another go, so I can smooth that bump out a little bit. Right, we'll park this up here. What I'll do is just check the water. Water's not too bad. I could do, say, the feed trough on this cow shed, because it holds 490 cows, is quite big, so that looks like there's not a lot in there, but for only 25 cows that's probably a good few months worth of feed. Sheep are full. Chickens could do with topping up before we skip time, so we'll do that. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and buy a bucket for the front loader, because I've got that pile of barley I dropped on the floor by mistake last time and I can't pick it up, so we're going to get a bucket for the front loader for this, so we can get that in. Gets that up off the floor. Bluebird saying FS one of those games I don't get bored of. Might stop playing for a week or so, but always end up coming back. Mine was I'd play it loads for a month or so, and then I'd get bored, and then it'd be a good few months before I come back to it. Be willing saying I frequently play more than 12 hours a day. I'm also disabled and have no job to go to. Yeah, you're probably like me. When I used to play quite a lot, I'd probably play for 10-12 hours a day as well, just because I found that I could just get lost in the game, kind of forget about all the worries in the world, and I'd find it relaxing to play, and I say the day would just fly by. Don't think we've got any modded buckets, nope. So unfortunately it's going to be the little bucket. Can you make a save game on the single player map? Yes, there is. If you go into the video description of a No Man's Land video, there's a link to a mod list, and if you go on there, there should be the link to the save games. I think it was around about episode, can't remember what the last update was, but yeah, there is a save game on there, if you check out the link to the mod list. I would post the link in the chat, but I don't have a command set up for that. Right, let me just get the link. Well, that's the link for the time-lapse mod list. It should take you to I think it takes you to a generic list, and then there's links for the different series. So if you go to the No Man's Land one, there should be at the top there the save game download links. Snowbre's saying, does this work? No. Nothing's coming up. It's not even coming up the option for me to show it or not. Like, there's no comment coming up at all. It's not even hidden with me. Usually it comes up. Sometimes it comes up and then it says whether I can choose to hide or show the comment. But nothing's come up at all. Yeah, the smooth tool in 22 is awful. They improved it slightly with increasing the strength of it, but it still just doesn't seem to work very well at all. Much prefer the FS19 smooth tool. seem to work a lot better. Cat K7, thank you very much for the subscription. Hope you enjoy the content. Tractor Boy 19 saying nice game. I got FS19. Saying hi as well. Hey to you. Roger, you've done a couple of farm builds on Hobale on FS22. Do you ever play on a map you do a farm build on? I did on FS19. I did Midwest Horizon and Raven Sport. I did a series on the farms I built for the time-lapse farm builds on those. But generally I don't tend to do a series on ones I build because I like to start with little stuff and work my way up. Right, I need to Stevie's selling some products. I just wonder where you were then, Stevie.
Yeah, I sold a few planks and my fringe needs to be badly repaired again.
Ah, nice one. Oh, I've just noticed my fuel. My fuel gauge is flashing red. Fill up while we're here. That would have been embarrassing running out of fuel. Joshua Manning, I do a ton of cotton on console. It cuts me off at 200. So the limit for cotton as well is 200. Or is that combined with all the other bales as well? I suppose it's probably a combined total, isn't it? Bales in total on console, I'm not sure. B Williams off. Then there's not much of a difference in the prices. You can find at any one time. It's hardly worth to drive halfway across the continent for the best price in the long run. For some stuff, yeah, I don't think there's much variation between the highest and lowest price on some products. Other stuff, there does seem to be a bigger variation between the highest and lowest that you get over the year. Clayton saying you need to fuel the tractor. Should have read that comment a little bit sooner. Cat K7 saying hello, hey to you, and thanks for the sub again. Danio 2008, how many hours do you have in FS19 and 22? Right. Let me look. So currently on FS22 on this Steam version I have got 577.8 hours, and then my total for FS19 was 5,426.9 hours. So quite a lot. Lucas, how do you get the small grass strip in the middle of the road? Right, I'll show you that now. Right, the way I do it is landscaping, painting. I only use the meadow grass. I don't bother putting like the green paint texture down. I'll just do a strip down, and if you, I don't know what you press on the controller actually, but if you're on PC, if you use the left mouse button when you've got that, you can delete it. So you can just run down the edge and delete part of it just to leave a strip. So left mouse button deletes, right mouse button puts it down. But obviously if you are doing that and you don't have the free landscaping tools, it does get very expensive. It's not cheap. But that's the way I do it. I just use like this bit here, I just drag a strip down and then just go down the edges, deleting it, trying to leave a small strip. I'm going to move those bales out the way. As Snow was saying, it's probably the bales of objects blocking the terraforming. Yeah, we'll get the bales moved out the way and see, because there's definitely something that's not allowing it to terraform, even though I do have the paint and terraform anywhere mod enabled. What we do is sorting all these out anyway. We use Hand of God for this. Asva, I am playing with an Xbox controller, yeah. Lancer Boy, do you have a Discord, bud? I do have Discord, but at the moment it's not a public Discord. It's just for my channel members. Until Discord's not something I'm overly familiar with, so I kind of set it up. Just till I got used to it, I wanted to limit how many people I had on, so I do have one, but it's not publicly accessible to everyone at the moment. Cat K7, where are you from? I am from Worcestershire in the United Kingdom. Episode 40 was the last save game. I didn't realise it was that long ago. I thought I'd done one since then. I suppose it's amazing because I've been doing only No Man's Land, how quick you can rack up the episodes when you're only doing one series, one map at a time. So yeah, I didn't quite realise it was episode 40, so yeah, I'll definitely look to get that updated over the next couple of days. For me it's night time, so it's coming up to 10 to 9 in the evening. If you look at the very top right hand corner, you can just about see my local time, so it's 20:51 currently, and it's very dark outside. Cat K7 saying good night. Well, good night to you. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Dragons, how close is Hemel Hempstead from you? No idea. Not close, but it's not a million miles away. Probably take an hour or so to drive there from where I live down the probably the M42 onto the M40 down that way. Right, we're going to put these where they're going to be a little bit more out the way. Maybe over by the greenhouse. See if we can stick them there. Sven, I don't think I'll be continuing with the old stream farm now, unfortunately. So we can get one stack of these silage bales out the way. What I'll do is turn this round so it's the other way round. Joanna is saying, would you economically say better to lease a combine if playing with seasons because you only need it once, maybe twice a year? I possibly would say is depending on how much land you've got at least. Because if you look at how much money you lose straight away from buying a combine, like before you've even actually used it, the price drop probably far outweighs the leasing costs. But if you've got a lot of fields and you're going to be racking up a lot of hours on it, then it could possibly work out not quite as cost effective. I suppose it depends on what combine you get as well. So if you go for some of the really big ones that are really expensive, then you'll probably burn through the money quite quick on leasing costs. But some of the smaller ones aren't too bad if you want to spend a little bit more time harvesting. So I think you've got to kind of weigh it up with how quick you can get through a field, to how much the leasing costs will be per hour and stuff. So you probably could work it out if you spent the time doing it, but I wouldn't recommend using a leased combine for contract work, because you'll probably spend more in leasing costs than the contract's worth. I mean, if you want to be really cheaper, you could borrow a combine from a contract and just lease a header, and use the contract combine with the leased header to harvest your own fields. Oh, get one more on. Dragon saying, I'm from the USA, but I have friends that moved over there about 3 years ago. I've been there to visit a couple of times. Not a place I've been to myself. So I'm not a million miles away, but the UK is a fairly small country compared to the US anyway. So, because I live in the Midlands, I'm not that far away. I'm only like probably 6 hours drive from either end of the country. Like, so the furthest part of Cornwall is probably about 5-hour drive, depending on traffic. And probably not far off going up to the furthest part of Scotland either. Be willing to say I don't like to lease equipment, always end up keeping it too long. I don't mind leasing equipment long term if it's stuff you don't use very often. So trailers, like animal transport trailers, if you're doing beef cows and you're going to need one every so often. The leasing costs per day usually don't outweigh what you'd end up spending to buy one. Same with like milk tankers as well, because you're not using them very often. Feed mix wagons, another one that you could get away with leasing rather than buying, because you use it for such a little amount of time. You're not going to rack up a huge amount of leasing costs on it. But stuff like tractors I won't lease, because you put so many hours on tractors, then they just end up costing a fortune with leasing costs. Combines aren't too bad because you don't use them that often. But say on my no man's land I'm not doing leasing, because I think it'd just make it far too easy if you was to lease equipment. But what my rule always used to be for leasing equipment is, if you lease something, you need to use it to make more money than what you've spent on leasing it. Oh, come on. I keep occasionally having that problem where the X button won't get into the tractor, a bit similar to the chainsaw. Sometimes when the your chainsaw stops working with the controller, when the B button, occasionally I have that same problem with the tractors where I can't get in the tractor with the Xbox controller. It's like the X button stops working, which is a little bit annoying, because then I have to tab into the vehicle. Which you can always guarantee when I tab it, or always tab to the vehicle I don't want. Manero saying hi, and Felix Farming Life saying hello. Hey to you. Be willing saying I've had Worcestershire sauce, does that count? I don't think you can count having Worcestershire sauce as having visited Worcestershire, no. Alright, let's see if we can smooth this area out again before I skip through the night. That's random. It's just like that one corner just does not want to. Oops, a bit too far then. Okay, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. That's a little bit better. It's funny how it had let me use the slope tool to slope it up, but it wouldn't smooth it out anymore. And now there was a clear, like, kink in the ground. Seems a little bit better at least anyway. Just put my grass back down the middle. Oh, that'll do. That's a little bit better. What I really want to do is get the tree planter and get some trees planted around here just to make it look a little bit nicer. But before we do that, we'll skip through the night. If I can find my house. Where's my cabin gone? There it is. I lost the cabin then. Uxie DNA saying, hey Sim, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Hope you are too. Good to see you in the chat again. And Noel say also continually check for special discounts. Yeah. Periodically check this. Although I often find there's been very, very few times where anything useful has actually come up for me. The bow loader is for all platforms, yes. It's a standard base game bow loader. It is the Anderson. So this one. It's a standard base game bow loader, that one. Right, April showers. Hopefully we won't get no showers. So we can get sorghum in now. So we'll do sorghum in the last field, and I said next year we'll get a planter so we can start doing some other stuff like corn, sunflowers. So again, I can't get in my tractor. Don't know why the X button stops working. It does it on some of the doors as well, sometimes with the shed doors. Oh, what happened then? Went through the world then. Blue Buzz, I'm using a Razer. What is my controller? It's a Razer Wolverine Ultimate controller I'm currently using. It's not a cheap controller, I think it's about 120 quid, but it's, for me, it's the best Xbox controller I've used. Alright, before we get started on the field work, just check the animals again. So the cows have only gone down, what, 6,000 litres, so they've still got plenty in there. Milk production 7,000 litres, so that'll steadily increase. We'll probably get a few more cows next time we get a decent amount of money. I want the seed drill. Kránitz, I missed the landscaping construction from 19. They were so much better. Yeah, I prefer the landscaping tools from 19. I just found they was a lot easier to use, especially with the Xbox controller as well. Right, one thing I want to do as well is put a road in across here, so we can access these actual fields. So we'll put a dirt track in. find a random piece of wood hidden in the grass. So sometimes it's a bit difficult when it just doesn't quite line up properly. It just goes a little bit uneven. That'll do. One thing I did say I was going to do is replant some trees around this bit where we first cut down. Never got round to doing it. But maybe a job for a bit later. We'll get the tree planter and a few pallets of saplings. I'm going to change this to sorghum. We'll get this one done. Nathan Agri 2000 Farm saying hi, hey to you. Noel C saying it would be a nice feature if Giants implements crop rotation. It will be in precision farming. They'll probably have the crop rotation. But yeah, it would be nice if they had it in the base game as well, where you could get a better yield bonus from rotating crops. Even if they had it as an option that you could turn on and off. A bit like limestones and ploughing, just for those that don't want to worry about changing crops, rotating. I always tend to rotate my crops anyway, even though it's not something you need to do in the base game. I always try and put a different crop in each field. And I kind of think with the way if you're running seasons activated on FS22, you kind of have to plan your crops out a little bit anyway, because you can't obviously plant everything at the same time. So some crops, if you want to get in the ground, you need to do a different crop first, so it's harvested at the right time to then get the next crop in. So you kind of do have to do a little bit of planning with what you put in your fields, and a little bit of rotation. But yeah, there's obviously no requirement for it. Yeah, snapping buildings to a grid would be nice. A few things I would like to see in the construction mode is, in the help menu when you've got a building, it shows you the rotation of the building. So when you rotate the building, you can see the degrees of the rotation of the actual building, to make it a bit easier to line it up. Or even if you had an option where you could like micro rotate it, so holding down a certain button, kind of it changes how much the building rotates, so it's like, so you can fine adjust it a little bit better. I think would be a good option. As I've mentioned before as well about when you are actually building, when you've actually selected an object, I wish this menu at the bottom would minimize, so it's not always on the screen, just to give you a bit more space so you can use the whole screen. So like when you go onto like the painting tool, once you've selected what you want, that kind of minimizes down until you go back off it. But definitely having the degrees of rotation on buildings when you've got the menu open, so you can see what rotation that is, because I try and line it up by something straight off the map, so straight field edge. If you're on PC and you've got the developer tools control, you can go into this menu, which was one of my subscribers kindly told me about. So you can kind of line up the building to the lines on there, which does help, but obviously that's not an option for everybody. The raising and lowering the height as well, I don't think you can do anymore. Don't think they've reintegrated that. I do like the free toggle mode though. That was an unexpected feature they added into the build mode, being able to disable the collisions on buildings. Yeah, I think a confirmation button in the build mode. So once you've finished making all your adjustments in build mode, you can like confirm it. And if you don't confirm it, like you can just revert it back to what it was previously, or just a simple undo button. Because it does get very costly when you make mistakes, or you place that building down that's got a huge leveling area that levels out way more than you wanted it to. Trying to have to then sell the building, re-level the ground and replace it eats up a lot of money, especially on console as well. It's not easy just to add the money in to offset that. So definitely an undo button of some sort, or just a way to revert back changes you've made a little bit easier. Yeah, that's F4 if you've got the developer console unlocked on PC. If you hit F4 on your keyboard, it takes you into that mode. It's like wireframe mode. Oops. So yeah, it's handy. I didn't even consider it. I've accidentally opened that menu countless times, and not once did it occur to me to use it for lining up buildings when in the build mode. It's only because somebody mentioned it in a comment about doing it. So sometimes in the video I'll stop the video, open up that menu, line up the building, then like start recording again once I've got it a little bit better lined up. But I used that when I did all the barriers outside the sell point. I put those little barriers that have got the flowers on, kind of like where I put that little parking area in front of the buildings on the time-lapse series. I used that menu to equally space them out. So I'll put the one post on the join of where all the squares join up, and then equally spaced them out that way using that, which is really handy. Otherwise that would have been all over the place. What I need to remember to do as well is sell the soybeans. Don't have a huge amount, but we can get nearly 40,000 for what we've got there if we sell them at the right time. So I must remember to sell those in June. One thing I'd love to see in the build mode is how they've got the fences that conform to the terrain. They had like a placeable road tool where you could just click on the map and drag out a road that would then conform to the terrain. But then you could click on an area of the map and it would automatically add junctions to it. It's a bit like the road tools in like City Skylines and stuff, especially on a map like this where you could actually then properly add roads in rather than trying to paint them. Because if they can do it with a fencing tool, they could easily do it with a road tool. If I had any clue how to do modding or like making scripts and stuff, there's quite a few things I'd love to add to the game as a mod. But I just don't have a clue how to do it. Did I check the used equipment? I can't remember if I did. Nothing useful for us. I'll turn that help menu off, we don't need that now. Playoff Dead saying, hi, I'm watching you from France. Keep it up, love what you do. Oh, thank you. Yeah, glad you're enjoying it. And also, what I miss is animals making a mess. Then you have to keep the pens clean. Yeah, I'm quite surprised they took out the cleaning requirement of the animal pens. I was quite surprised when I saw that. Thomas Patterson saying, I see a lot of streamers hitting the button and it brings up a menu where you can turn on super strength, add money, etc. How do I get into it? It's the Power Tools mod. I think it was F12. But I haven't used that mod for a long time and I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was F12 to bring up the menu for Power Tools mod. But I may be wrong on that because it's been a while since I've used it. Clayton, hi guys, I don't need to work until morning. Got the night shift off, so now I'm watching. Well, glad you can watch a little bit longer. One thing I've never done is work to night shift. That's Snowberry saying yes, Power Tools F12. So I thought it was, but I couldn't remember exactly. So thanks for clarifying that. I haven't used that for a while. Simply because I've got the developer controls and the cheat mode enabled. I can just add money in using the console commands, and super strength is included in the lumberjack mod, so there isn't really anything in the Power Tools mods I kind of would use, so I took it out. B. Williams saying, would be fun to be able to buy placeable signs with our farms, and then to put at the end of the driveway. Yeah, customizable signs would be nice. There was the mod in FS19 for customizable signs on PC and customizable letterboxes and stuff like that. I'm sure it won't be long before we start seeing stuff like that on 22 as well. And also in FS17 I've played 90, but I used to use the little robot that runs back and forth. Yeah, the Levi Juno, I think it was. I don't think that was ever released for FS19, or if it was, I don't remember ever seeing it. But yeah, I used to use that on FS17 on all my animal pens. Never used it in my time-lapse series though, because you know, one of them kind of getting it to work properly. Right, so all our fields are currently now with a crop in. So it's probably going to be July before our first ones are ready to harvest too. One thing we do need to do soon is get some more hay bales, because we don't have many left. But we do need to get a tedder. We'll give this a clean off, as we've finished with it for a few months now. Hyde saying good evening folks, I think I missed your comment before, apologies. Thanks for stopping by the stream. YouTube is my main source of income, so it's pretty much my job. Although I never really consider it as an actual job, because I'm sitting here playing video games. But yeah, I don't have a job outside of YouTube. Right, we will. I think all my forestry stuff is over there. Possibly. I'll take this one just in case. I'll go and cut a few trees down. Get a bit of money in the bank. Snowberry, what did you used to use before YouTube took up? What did you used to do? I was a maintenance engineer for a scrapyard, or what they like to call themselves these days, a metal recycling company. It was technically a scrapyard. Before that I was a fabricator welder, so I used to do welding fabrication. So I did fabrication welding as my main job for just under 10 years, and then I went into maintenance, which was still a lot of fabricating and welding, fixing things people kept breaking. But yeah, I used to maintain plant machinery, so presses, balers, and stuff like that. B Williams, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. You are very generous, and I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Let's tidy up some of these offcuts. Snowberry, I'm surprised you're making enough from YouTube to have justified stopping working. That sounds like a very lucrative career. I didn't stop work for YouTube. I started YouTube because I was out of work. I retired from work through health reasons in 2016. So when I started YouTube, and the only reason why I could start YouTube was because I was out of work. So I never started it to try and do it as like earn a living from it. It was kind of just to something to do, and I thought if I could get to a point where I'm making a little bit of money to help supplement my other sources of income, and it was a win-win. Right, help menu on, and we want to activate the measure tool. I'll go 7 meters again because I think they fit these trailers pretty well. Yeah, if I was still doing my previous job, there's no way I would have been able to start YouTube. To be honest, if I hadn't have been at work, I probably would never have known much about YouTube. YouTube was something I only really came across when I was out of work, sat at home, with nothing to do all day. Kind of started watching YouTube and seeing other people do videos kind of inspired me to give it a go. That was back in 2015, I think, when I first started YouTube with a different channel. Zalid saying greetings from your subscriber from Azerbaijan. Well, greetings to you. Thanks for watching the stream. I think you're the first person from Azerbaijan I think I've seen in the stream, so welcome along. Clayton Art saying before I came a firearmed police officer, I was in the army 3.5 years. Yeah, I left school and went straight into like engineering, fabrication, welding. Pretty much that's the only kind of thing I ever did. There's a few times where when I was younger I should have probably looked at getting a job. There were some really good jobs when I was younger, like on oil rigs. So doing 6 months on oil rigs was very good money at the time, and kind of something I should have probably done. Kind of put off, not wanting to be away from friends and family and stuff. There was also some good opportunities for well-paid welding jobs in Canada and Australia as well. I kind of think sometimes when I think back, I kind of think I wished I'd have just done it, even if it was only for like a few years, just for the experience. We can fit, I think it's roughly around about 2 trees per trailer. So we cut 6 down and then possibly get a 7th on across the rest of them. We'll do another 3 after this. We'll load up the trailers and then see what space we've got left.
If you have 3 trailers, you'll easily fit 9 trees in them.
9 trees, 3 per trailer.
Yeah, I'd say a recent update must have made some of the big trees a bit smaller visually, because we used to only get 2, 2.5 trees, and now you can get 3, 3.5 in each trailer.
Okay. So I haven't really, I've done very, very little forestry since the 1.3 update. Right, 28, close enough. Yeah, since the 1.3 update where they completely nerfed the price of logs, I've done very, very little forestry at all. I think in the No Man's Land time-lapse series, I think I've only done 1 episode where I've actually cut trees down since then for selling. Clay saying, I left school and joined the army for 3.5 years and became an armed police officer in the UK. Yeah, army's not something I ever considered. I don't think I'd have been cut out for the army though. The 21 and 28. Right, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll do this one. So we'll do 6 and then see if we can fit another few on. So we can get enough for this to get the tedder. We can then look at getting there. How much do we need for the 42,500? Yeah, so 1 load should be plenty. We'll probably skip through to the next month just before we buy anything, see if anything decent comes up in the used equipment sales, and then we'll finish off the stream. We'll cut the grass field we've got, we'll ted that for hay and stock up on our hay bales. We'll use them for TMR and feeding our sheep. So how many of you are looking forward to the precision farming mod when that's released? Or how many of you are not bothered by it? I know they've released quite a few new features that are going to be in this version than there was in 19 version. So I'll definitely be using it. As long as it doesn't require a new save game, I'll use it on No Man's Land. What I'll probably have to do it is when I'll actually enable it onto the map, I don't know, because last time I put it on, it kind of messed up a few fields until after I'd harvested them. So I got really low yields on a few fields because I couldn't then adjust the levels properly once precision farming had been enabled. I would definitely have enough for the tedder now. So we're up to 70,295. What was that you just sold? More planks?
Planks and furniture.
Planks and furniture, nice. So 14. So if we can get, well, we've got enough to get the tedder now. If we can get enough then to get the spinnery as well, so we can stop producing fabric from the wool. And then what we'll look to do, we'll get the tailor shop so we can start doing clothes. Because if you hold on to your pallets of clothes on normal economic difficulty, I don't know if it's changed with the last update, but you could possibly make up to 240,000 per year from clothes, which is not a bad return. Aggro Dave saying hey to you, and put it the wrong way. Got the chainsaw the wrong direction. Snowbird saying they're going to be using precision farming, liked it in FS19. Afuna Mark saying precision farm mod, just can't wait. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Seeing what it's like, especially with the new features as well. Be something a bit different. Right. Seven. 14. TC Agri is saying, Stevie, you should do a few Let's Plays.
I just don't have time to do a time lapse with a wife and a baby, so but maybe I might consider something another time.
Yeah, it's always difficult finding the time, especially you like finding quiet time where you got no distractions and stuff. That's my problem.
Yeah, especially as well when I have a full-time job as well as making the videos, so that kind of takes a lot of time as well.
Yeah, I don't know how you can do it and a full-time job. I struggle, and I don't have a full-time job.
Yeah, it is tough now, but technically I only work 4 days a week really, so I kind of free up one day then that I used to be working, and then that's kind of like my recording day really, so
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah, I'm struggling at the moment because I'm spending a lot of time trying to get my garden sorted, so I'm knackered. So like this afternoon, I got one video recorded this morning. I got it edited. I was going to then start recording the next episode, and I was just dead for the world, so I had to go and have a lie down for a few hours. I was like, if I don't go and have a nap now and have a sleep for a few hours, there's no way I'll be able to sit through doing a stream for a few hours this evening. Snowbridge Sim, I know you don't play with field stones on, but I found a weird funny glitch with them. If you plough land that has previously been terraformed, stones don't appear at all. It's interesting, not something I'd noticed. I've said in the other streams, I like the idea of the field stones. I just find they're far too excessive. If there was a mod that come out that like kind of made them a little bit more random, I'd be more inclined to use them. Denmark, thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate that and hope you enjoy the content. How much time does it really take when you create a video? 20 minutes. A 20-minute time lapse would be around about 3.5 hours of recording for a 20-minute time lapse. So about 3.5 hours. It depends, because I changed the speed a little bit now. It depends what I'm actually doing in the video. Some of the forestry episodes where I do fixed forestry, they can take a lot longer because I speed up the forestry sections quite a bit. Those sections come out rather short, but they can be like an hour's worth of forestry condensed down into like 40 seconds of video. So you can easily get like 4 or 5 hours if you're doing a lot of forestry, if I'm doing the fixed camera. So although the video length doesn't end up being much longer, the actual recording time is a lot longer. Amanda Miller saying hi, hey to you. B Williams, do you think it's okay to hunt collectibles in a straight game? I think it's all down to personal preference. I used to collect the gold nuggets on FS17 because that was part of the game, so I'd usually go around and collect them. But I wouldn't do it straight away. I'd always do it once I'd put a good few hours into the game. I collected some of the collectibles on Elm Creek simply because they was only worth 1,000 each, and I knew I wasn't going to collect all of them, so I was just picking up the random ones I saw as I came across them. The ones on Hobale are on a little bit more out of the way and they're not quite as easy to find unless you go looking for them. But obviously they was worth a lot more money. So I think I only collected one of those on the Hobale series, and that was simply because I accidentally came across it when I was looking for the sell point. But yeah, whether you collect them or not, it's personal preference. At the end of the day, it's your game. You play it how you want to play it and how you enjoy it. So if you want to collect them, go ahead and collect them. Now, there are some people that really don't like them and think it's cheating or whatnot, but it's a sandbox game at the end of the day. You've got to play it how you enjoy it. So there's no point in playing if you don't enjoy it. But so if you're starting to lose a little bit of motivation, then go and collect a few collectibles, buy yourself a new tractor and get you a bit more motivated. Yannick saying salut and bonjour de la France. Bonjour to you. The plans for the plush channel, I was hoping to get back to that this week, but Tuesday was the day I was hoping to try and get some work done on it. Tuesday was a bad day for me. Nothing went right. I had a power cut. Lost about an hour in the morning because I had to take my car in for a service. And then when I come back home, there'd been a power cut and the power was off for a few hours. So that put me behind. So then I eventually got my video recorded, edited, set it to render, went to pick up the car in the afternoon. And then when I came back, I spent some time with the wife, having tea and stuff. And then I came back up to check the video. Found that the rendering had failed for some reason. There was an error in creating the file or something. So then I had to re-render that, which then the time I was going to spend in the evening to record a video, I had to use instead for the computer re-rendering that video. So Tuesday was a bit of an annoying day. Yesterday I had completely off. I didn't do any recording or work on the channel yesterday at all. So yeah, I not quite got back to the Plus channel like I wanted to this week, but I am hoping to get back to that and get some more content on there soon. I'm not going to say when now, because every time I keep saying should be then, it ends up not working out that way. But it'll be soon. I definitely think we could do with another 3 trees, so I'll start cutting those down. Make sure I actually cut them the right way around this time. Can you put link for steady? Is that for Stevie or steady? Call Creep 65 saying hi, I'm back. Welcome back. What do you mean, Clay? Did you mean a link for Stevie or something else? Yeah, family time's more important. But yeah, it was just a little bit frustrating more than anything. Uh, 28 you want. That log kicked back quite a bit. Yeah, it seems to be 3 trees each. I don't know why I was thinking 2. I think it was because... I know it's because what I did was the last time I did forestry on No Man's Land, I only used 2 trailers, so I cut 6 trees. Well, I was thinking for 3 for some reason. So yeah, 3 trees. Yeah, it's because I was only doing that short distance. I was just doing 2 trailers at a time rather than the 3 we're doing on here. So for some reason I got it in my head I was 6 trees for 3 trailers rather than 6 for 2. 14. Yeah, there'll be another stream on Saturday evening, same time as normal. I'll put the thing up for that probably tomorrow, a little bit earlier. I meant to put today's up yesterday and then I completely forgot. So yeah, there'll be a stream on Saturday and then there'll probably be another one next week as well. During the week, and then because I just want to try and make up for those few weeks I missed the stream completely. How did that tree end up all the way over here? A little bit confusing. The tree just disappeared. Yeah, so same time Saturday evening, normal. And again next week, I'm not sure what day next week. Maybe Wednesday in the middle of the week again. I was going to do this yesterday, but I was watching the football last night. So where are we? Just gone up to 10 o'clock. So we've got just over an hour left. So we'll just sell this load, then we'll skip to May, then we'll get the grass cut so we can get that field done for hay. What team do I support? I support West Brom, unfortunately, but somebody's got to. At least they won last night. Made up for the disappointment of the derby on Saturday. Sunday, I mean. That was pretty awful. Sim, do you use game simulators while playing like steering wheel? No, I use an Xbox controller. I do have my steering wheel. I have a Logitech G920. Pedals on the Satec Logitech side panel. But I haven't used them for FS22 really. I keep meaning to get them sorted out so I can actually start using them in the Let's Play series. But every time I tried it in the past, it stopped working. So it'd work and then it wouldn't work and then it'd start working. And it was getting a little bit frustrating. So I disconnected it and it stayed disconnected ever since. See if we can. Oh, did I not cut that one up? Ah, I missed that one. Oh, let's try cutting this one again. So we just played in a new field, a new 5.7 hectare field. What should I plant in it? Ooh. .7 hectare field. Song that's on now is Alpha Scan. Depending on how far behind the chat is to the stream. I don't know if there's much of a delay. Cookie Monster, you shouldn't drive with the door open. Yeah, this is one thing I don't like about the doors and things when you're operating the front loader. Sometimes doors and windows start opening. I really don't like that when it conflicts with the front loader. Because I'm using the Xbox controller, you get that thing where you try and do certain controls and it starts opening the doors and windows. Right, we'll go and sell these. Oh no no no! Dope. That's me trying to turn too tight. Right, we won't go and sell those. We'll flip the trailers over. I don't know if we'll be able to pick these up. Might have to use super strength. Yeah, might be a job for super strength. It always happens when I turn to, yeah, the turn was far too sharp on the back trailer. That's my bad, trying to read the chat at the same time again. Crookymon saying done that in real life too. Luke T, hey Sim, what mod do you use to stay in a straight line in fields and stuff? Recently I've been using the enhanced vehicle control mod, but as I mentioned earlier in the stream, prior to that I used to use the degrees of rotation on the minimap down in the bottom corner. So if you look at the minimap down in the bottom corner, which you can't really see because the music title's on the way, but yeah, if you look at your minimap, the first set of numbers is your degrees of heading. So what I usually do is set that to like 90, 0, 270, 180, and then try and keep that on that as close as possible. Just making really slight adjustments to the steering. Yeah, but the enhanced vehicle control mod is what I'm using on the time-lapse series at the moment. There is another one that's on the actual mod hub, which I think is just called vehicle control add-on, which kind of has a similar thing where you can snap the direction you're driving in to keep it straight, but I've not actually used that one myself. Yeah, I've never flipped a vehicle over in real life. My friend flipped over a forklift truck at work, and he did the worst thing you could do, which was to jump out. Oh, 38,000 for that, which previously we would have probably got about 60,000 for that load. We'll leave the trailers down here, we'll get the tedder while we're here, and then we'll skip through, get our grass field cut, tedded, baled up for hay to finish up. We're going to see Barber again. Oh, new combine. Don't think it's worth upgrading ours for that yet. You watch, I'll skip through the night now. That tedder will be available for like 50 odd % off or something. Oh, we're going to sleep to skip through time because I haven't got the logged in as admin, so I can't speed up time. We've got just under an hour, so we'll just get this next job done and then we'll call it quits. So yeah, around about 55 minutes depending how long it takes us to cut and bale up the grass and hay. But we'll just do that one grass field there, so we won't be doing a full area. Afuna Mark saying it's midnight here in Uganda. Yeah, it's just coming up to 10 o'clock for me. Well, just gone past 10 o'clock. So it's 5 past 10. What I'll do is I'll just give the mass here a bit of TLC. See how much this is going to cost us. 4,160. Not too bad. Could have been worse. We want the mowers on, don't we? Well, I think that's definitely going to be a job for next time, is get this yard sorted out. So that'll be our focus for the next stream. Get the money so we can get a new shed and sort all this equipment out. It's been far too long, it's been a mess. That's about time we got it sorted out. Right, let's get these unfolded. I've got quite a few eggs there now as well. Move to you too. Right, what we'll do is switch that one on. Oh, one. Right. We'll do just for the first cut, we'll keep the left one on the swath so it throws it into the field. So when you ted it, it's not flinging it out all over the edges. Johannes Mola, thank you very much for the €10 super chat. Time for me to call it a day. Nice stream as always, thanks for that. You are very generous and amazing. Really appreciate that. It does help quite a lot. And thank you for taking the time to watch. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. Probably could have cut right up to the edge of that field, shouldn't I? Keep forgetting we own all this land now. Josh saying good evening to you. What I'll do now is just switch that back so it's just fully spreading. I've got to remember the controls. Yeah, so we'll get this field done and then we'll call it quits for this evening. Sinead, where are you from? I'm from Worcestershire in the United Kingdom. Currently, anyway. Keep looking at potential places to move to. Keep saying to why if it hasn't got a decent internet connection, then it's a no-go. Mark Robbins saying I actually caught you live for once. I started No Man's Land because of your videos. Thanks for your content. No worries. Glad you're enjoying the content, and thanks for stopping by the stream. Mark saying, come to Uganda, no regrets. Not a country I've ever considered going to. Thank you. Oh, I try my best to be cool. Down with the kids. Oh, let's just tidy up these little bits here we missed. Well, we'll do one more lap round and then we'll start just going across. All else I have to do is just check. Could probably just top up the cow's water. I know Stevie's doing that.
Oh, I'm getting some nice starting camera view here of you mowing.
Ah, okay. No worries.
Just while I wait, just so you can get back
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the enemy, then I'll start testing.
Ah, yeah, no worries. So I don't know if you'd gone off to do something else while you was waiting for me to get a decent amount done.
You'll actually be able to see static camera of you working now and not your video.
Ben Game saying, hey Sim, I finally broke down and started No Man's Land after 175 hours on my initial playthrough, so we'd starting over. Yeah, it is like a complete blank canvas when you start again on No Man's Land. But it's so good because you can just do it so different to how you did it previously. It always just feels like a completely different map every time you play it. Yeah, at some point soon what I'm going to do is a comparison video or a section of one of the videos, just so I'm going to take screenshots from the same position in FS19 on No Man's Land and then on 22 and then just show the difference, because I've still got my 19 save game, so it'll be interesting to see just quite how different the different areas look on the two different versions. Yeah, this is when you need the time lapse. Oh, we don't need rain. Making hay in the rain's not good. Right, see if we can log in as admin and speed up time a little bit. Where are we? Oh, no, stop. Let's stop the tractor first, or we go ploughing across our oat field. No, it's not the wrong password. Lying. Speed up time a bit so it stops raining. Get this last little bit here. Bam Gaming saying, I've got to say I prefer landscaping from 19 over 22. I'm real trouble getting the smooth slope, doing what I want. I'm from the USA, here in Kansas, and I like adding terraces to my farm fields. Yeah, I don't think the landscaping tools are as good in 22 as they were in 19. In a way, I like the changes to them, but I think that could have been implemented a bit better. But when it comes to like the smoothing tools and, as you say, creating different levels, I found it a lot easier to do in FS19. Yeah, sorry. Going a little bit too fast. Not Nick, what mod are you using in the No Man's Land that sets your steering? It's Enhanced Vehicle Control mod. So there should be a link on the mod list. If you go in the video description and look for the mod list link, there'll be a link on there to the Enhanced Vehicle Control mod. I can't remember who it's by, but the version I've got is from the GitHub, so it's in develop, a mod that's still in development, I think. I don't know if there's a final version being released yet. How much is this game? I don't know what the current price is, depending where you are as well, what currency you're in. But if you're on PC, it's currently on sale on Steam. But I can't remember how much it actually is. So it probably depends where you are as well as to how much it works out in your currency. Is it 20% off from Giants recently? Should have shared my partner code. I should have recommended you to buy it from Giants direct, not Steam, using the partner code, but would be a tiny little strip on this, wouldn't there? Practical player saying No Man's Land is probably my favourite series. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying playing No Man's Land still. Looking forward to seeing where it goes over the next probably 40 odd episodes before we even get anywhere close to being finished on here. Don't know how many episodes I'll do on this time. I think it was about 120, 121 last time. Don't know if I'll get as many as that or maybe a bit more. Who knows? So we've got this last little strip to do, then we'll go and jump on the windrower. We'll start rowing up while Stevie finished off tedding. It's just getting it all bailed up. Yeah, there'll be a town build. I've already started part of it where the bakery, tailor shop and the that other sell point I put in. So with that area there, I'm going to add some more like buildings, some like housing and stuff from Alien Jim's buildings pack. So that'll be built up a little bit more in that area. And then I'll probably add some like random pockets of housing here and there and other buildings. What I'd really like to come out is a placeable petrol station or fuel station. I'm surprised nobody's taken the gas station from the base game maps yet and made it into a placeable mod. It's one of those things, if I knew how to do it myself, I'd have a go at doing it, but I have no idea how to take them off the base game maps and convert them into placeables. We're going to drop this off and then we'll get the windrower on. Stevie, TC Agri wants to know what you thought of the Galway and Roscommon match on Sunday, please.
I don't have any interest in GAA at all.
There you go. He says he's got no interest in it at all, if you heard that. Was that Gaelic football?
I assume either Gaelic football or hurling, but I'd say probably Gaelic football. And anything motorsport, then I'm your man, but
Yeah.
anything kind of football or hurling, no way. not even soccer.
Soccer? What's soccer? Football.
Well, football, yeah, football. You call it football in the UK, we call it soccer here in Ireland.
Trevor Williams saying hey Sim, hey to you. Yeah, BGA plans are coming as well for the time-lapse series, but it's something I was looking at recently, but it was going to cost close to $500,000 for the BGA I wanted to get. And at the time I've got other stuff I really need to get first, like the sugar beet harvester. So the BGA is coming, but not sure when. Hopefully it won't be too long, so I can start selling some of the excess, well, taking some of the excess manure there and slurry and stuff. TC Agri saying yeah, it was Gaelic football. I play for Galway under 16s. Not a sport I'm overly familiar with. I'm all football.
Well, it's like football, but they can handle the ball.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've watched it like years ago. They used to show highlights on oh, what was it called? They used to do like a sports program on one of the channels on the weekend. They used to show like highlights from all the different sports around. And I remember Gaelic football was one of them. I always used to watch the Australian rules football as well. It was always a bit odd. My favourite mod so far. What would my favourite mod so far be? I don't know. There's quite a few I like the lumberjack mod, because it saves a lot of time with removing tree stumps. Enhanced vehicle control mod as well I really like. Although, as I mentioned in the last stream, I think the 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive diff lock things just doesn't seem to be as effective or useful as it did in 19. I don't know if that's because it's still a work in progress and it's got some adjusting to do. Trying to think what other mods I've got. Surely there's so many mods you kind of forget a lot of the ones you want. Try and keep this as straight as possible. Afuna Mark saying good night everyone, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Cheers. See you later. No worries, thank you for stopping by to watch. Jason S saying, do you like farm sim? I do, yes. TC Agri saying, honestly I don't know how I could live without Gaelic football. It's one of my favourite things to do. Yeah, I'd be the same with football. When I grew up, I was always playing football. It's like come home from school, I'd get home, have some tea, get changed, then I'd be out playing football till it got dark. Weekends we'd be out over the football pitch playing football pretty much till lunch, well dinner time. We'd go home for dinner and then we'd straight back out. Alexandre, yes, I do plan on trying Proceed. But one of the reasons why I didn't use it much in 19 was because you had that problem where the HUD kept disappearing. And you had to keep going into the XML file to adjust the position of it, which kind of got frustrating. So in the end I just stopped using it. I don't know for definite, but I'm pretty sure I saw somebody else saying that that's an issue again in FS22, which if it is, it's going to be a little bit annoying. So I'll give it a go, but if I do have to constantly keep adjusting the XML file to get the HUD to reappear, if it keeps disappearing like it did in 19, then I'll stop using it again. Because you shouldn't really have to keep adjusting XML files to get mods to work properly. But I will give it a go. I'm not sure when though. Mark Robin saying good night fella, gotta go. No worries, thanks for stopping by the stream. Jason S, I support West Brom. That's my team. We're unfortunately having a bit of a rubbish season. I just think these swaths are way too big. There was one of the mods I really liked in 17 was the mod that adjusted the straw and hay swaths, so it made them a little bit smaller. So you had the same volume of material in there, but it didn't look as big on the ground. So what I find with some of these on 22 is that when you've got a decent yield of grass with a big windrow like this, it puts the swaths too big that the baler misses far too many bits. And even if they only reduce the swaths by like 20% in volume, I think that would help quite a bit. Snowbridge saying there is a mod that adds air brake sounds when you brake and air hissing when you disconnect trailers. Wonderful, you should get it. I've not heard of that one or seen that one. Is that a new mod that I don't often play with the sound on that much. When I'm recording, I don't usually have the sound on. I'm usually listening to an audio book. TCO saying during the weekend when we would have all my welding work done, me and my girlfriend would go to the football pitch and have a kickabout for an hour or two. Let's get the girlfriend involved. I don't think my girlfriend, years ago when I was playing football, she'd come to watch me on the Sunday morning once and never again. So she was just stood there froze on the side of the pitch. B. Williams saying I usually listen to live stream while I play. Yeah, I think it's always nice to have something else on in the background. So at the moment I'm listening to audio books. Sometimes I'll have something streaming on Netflix or Amazon Prime, but more just listen to rather than actually watch. So it's generally something I've seen before in the past, but that I haven't seen for a while, that I can just kind of listen to. While I'm playing along. Snowrail just played in 8.14 hectares of new fields. I was about to spread lime. Nice. Caleb's Creation saying hi Sim Farmer, hey to you. Caleb's Creations, hopefully I can get an Xbox to play 22. Hopefully you can. Felix Farming Life. Let me just you can have AI workers do work to a degree, but they don't work very well. But you can get like an AI worker to drive down to the store. I've not tried it with like an AI worker unloading a trailer into a silo or taking it to a delivery point. I'm sure if you set it down to go down to the store delivery point it may work, but I don't know about placeable ones. But they do work. Field work, they work just as normal once you've ploughed in the field. They'll work in the field as within the field boundaries as normal. But yeah, you can get them to drive around, but they do tend to drive really slow and a bit erratically, and take some odd directions at times. So where are we? 20 to 11. So we should just probably finish this in the next 20 minutes. So as soon as I've finished this row, I'll go and grab the bale collector and we'll start collecting the bales up. We'll get them stacked over by the other stack of bales ready for mixing TMR, so they're all there together. Caleb Creation should do an American map after No Man's Land. I'll probably start an American map before I finish No Man's Land. I just need to find one I want to do. Practical Players, how did you get your start on YouTube? My channel took off on the farm build video I did on FS19 on Felsbrunn. So when the landscaping tools first were added into the game on FS19, I did the time-lapse video building the farm on Felsbrunn, which took off. So for me, that was the one video that really kick-started my channel. Yeah, that looks like a nice map, but it hasn't got huge fields on it. The trouble is with doing maps that have got too big fields in. Some fields could end up taking the whole video just to work. Oh, I don't know why the game's gone a bit laggy. That's probably because of all those bales. A bit odd. So my connection went changing from 23. For some reason the game went extremely laggy then. Frankenmuth is good, but it's huge. Seems like it takes for 3 hours to complete field work. Yeah, that's the problem when I'm doing videos. Is it's alright doing maps like that, like I've done 4X maps in the past, like Midwest Horizon and stuff, but the fields just take so long to do that I end up having to do a lot of work off camera to try and help speed up the video, so it's not all just doing one job. But then I don't really have the time to do those. So unless you've got a big fleet of equipment to start with and you can get lots of workers, it's not the easiest thing to do when you're doing content on maps like that. Wouldn't be bad if you got a multiplayer and you got like a good group of you on there. So maybe doing a map like that as the next live on the live stream, but having more of us on there. So I'd like 6 or 7 of us. Probably wouldn't be too bad. But I think doing it on my own, I think if the fields are too big, It's a bit like Calmsden Farm. It's a beautiful map, but for me, playing on your own, it's difficult to do good content on because the fields are just so big and take so long to do. Oh, I forgot to roll up that bit there. My bad. Oh, we'll get this load and then we'll go and get the rake back up. Oh, I completely missed that whole section there. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. I'll download it and have a look at it, but I think it'll be a bit too much for me to do on my own. TC Agri, when you hire a worker to drive some places, does the game get really glitchy? I don't often hire workers to drive anywhere. From what I remember when I did, on the base game maps at least, I don't remember the game for me becoming then glitchy when I did. Not that I can recall anyway, but it's been a while since I've used that feature. Yeah, I think maps like that, if you're on your own, you definitely need mods like course play. Just so you can get like a course play to unload combines and stuff. But if I wasn't doing videos, I'd play on a map like that. I'd just have loads of workers going and I'd just be jumping about between different jobs with workers doing a bit bulk of the work. But for videos, I find it gets a little bit too much then to keep track of what's going on. If you're constantly jumping around from job to job and switching vehicles and workers, and I think it kind of, you lose the flow of the video a bit doing that. So something I try and avoid doing. I missed your comment earlier, Snowbridge, saying my case tractor is almost up to 50 hours and I bought it new. Maintenance costs crazy in this game. Yep. There certainly are. Well, we'll get the rake back on. I'll just rake up that last little bit I missed. Steaming Willie saying there about tractor vehicle maintenance mod, breakdowns, small to large repairs. Yeah, I think something like that would be good. Where rather than just maintenance, where you could actually get tractors breakdown for different reasons. Obviously different costs then depending on what the breakdown is. But also having something like that where if you were doing it as a kind of more of a role play and you've got a fixed time setting, you kind of have like the repair takes a certain amount of time to do, so it's not instantly repaired. So you kind of like could be without your tractor for a day or two while you're waiting for it to be repaired, which could add then to the gameplay, especially if you're running seasons on a set time and you know you need to get your crops in the ground and your main tractor goes down. You got to think then, do you lease a tractor to try and see you through, or kind of end up with not getting all your crops planted for that year? Well, that was quick. Yeah, the maintenance is far too often and costs way too much. They should do it like a general maintenance, like different maintenance level. So you got regardless of how much you use your tractor, like how many hours it's got, every 12 months you have to do like a general maintenance like service on it. And then if you're using it more, other areas you cost a little bit more for some certain maintenance costs. I definitely think there's room for improvement on the old maintenance repair side of things. Yeah, because you made it in real life. A lot of 50 hours is probably just over a week's work for some people on a vehicle. You're spending like four or 5 grand a week on maintenance costs. You'd never make any money. So we've got 10 minutes left. For just enough time to get the rest of these bales up. So next time what we'll do, we've got 60,000, we'll look at getting enough money to get a new shed. I'll have a good look around Mod Hub, see if there's any decent vehicle sheds on there that don't cost an absolute fortune. So we can get this yard sorted out a little bit more, get some trees planted as well, start making it look a little bit nicer. Also, if we can get enough, we'll look again at the spinner rebuilt so we can start processing our wool. So I think that is the last bale there. Stevie, when's the time lapse of this going to be up?
I'd say Saturday.
So Saturday, so if you want to see the time-lapse version of this stream from Stevie's point of view, then it should be up Saturday on his channel. Check out his channel, I'll put a link in a minute. Actually, well, yeah, let's see if my commands are working. They weren't working last time for some reason. Right, see if that actually works this time. If not, I'll put the link in a minute. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working again. I'll get these bales and I'll manually put the link in. There should be a link in the video description to Stevie's channel anyway, but I'll put one in the chat in a sec. So if you want to go and check out the time-lapse version of the entire stream, say from Stevie's point of view, then check out his channel. Leave that there for now. I'll get this link in. All right. apologies there, Stevie's link's not in the description for some reason. Must have forgot to put it in. Oh. Well, let me just find it. Well, there you go, there's the link to Stevie's channel. If you want to check out Stevie's channel and see the time-lapse version of the stream and past streams as well. If you have enjoyed the stream, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. It does help the channel as well, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you, Stevie, for helping out.
No problem.
You'll be back Saturday.
Yes, indeed.
Nice one. So yeah, we'll be back Saturday evening, 7:30 UK time. That's 8:30 Central European time. I think that's about right now. If the clocks have changed there as well, yeah. Yeah, check out Stevie's channel, the link's there, and give him a sub as well. I say you can go back and see all the previous live streams as well in time-lapse form. So you get like, what's it, about 3.5–4 hours of live streaming, about 15–20 minutes video. So yeah, we'll be back Saturday and we'll get this yard sorted out, so that's the plan. We'll get these 2 sheds changed, maybe change the vehicle workshop as well. And then we'll look at what else we can do. So probably feed the cows, try and get the spinner rebuilt as well, because we have got quite a lot of wool now. So the sheep are producing a decent amount of wool. So how much we got there? What's that? 10 pallets there, so 10,000 litres, and plus all these as well. So yeah, I think we're producing more than enough wool to keep the spinnery going, so we'll sort that out as well next time. So yeah, big thank you to everyone for watching and interacting with the chat as well, giving me something to talk about. I've had great fun and it's been great to chat with you all again, and yeah, hope to see you all in the next one. And also big thank you to DRndalo for providing the server for tonight's stream. And again, if you want to, or considering a dedicated server for yourself, then please check out DRndalo. There should be a link in the video description for them, which is an affiliate link, so I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you, which helps support the channel. So yeah, if you're considering a dedicated server for yourself, then do consider DRndalo. So again, big thank you for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.